Hello everyone, welcome back to a new replay cast. Today we're going to be having a look at a best of 3 played between Serral, in the top right spawning as the blue Zerg, and in the bottom left spawning as the red Terran Innovation. Innovation, one of these players that has been around for so long, has been showing results for years and years, all the way back to Wings of Liberty. He has been relevant, and he still is very relevant. A fierce competitor. And serral, of course, kind of a new kid on the block, even though that's weird to say, as he's won a BlizzCon already, he's won every tournament imaginable, and he's here to win more. So right now he's playing against Innovation, who's opening up with a barracks before a gas. Now, fun fact about Innovation is that his little brother actually is an extremely good League of Legends player, and he's kind of on the up and up right now. I believe he even qualified for the big worldly final. I think it's called Worlds in League of Legends, and he's known for his extremely good mechanics. I'm not even sure how that works, because I think you only control one dude in League of Legends, but that's what people have been saying, is that he has really good mechanics, which Innovation obviously is also known for, right? We call him the Machine, Mr. Mechanicals. He is extremely quick at clicking the buttons, and seems to be at least partly genetics, as his little brother is exactly the same. He's opening up with that orbital command. I always love the animation of the command center transforming. I don't know why, it just looks so cool. A lot of stuff happening, the little satellite dish being built, and bam, coming out. I don't know, I just love it. I'm just a big fan of it, guys. So beautiful. Command center has finished up, as we see the hatchery. Pop! Here we go. Also finished. Marine behind, after that Reaper, of course. It's gonna be nice for Overlord denial, even though Serral's Overlords were really just scouting all around the map, making sure he wasn't gonna get proxied. Imagine if Innovation proxied 2 Rexes here, though. That would have been the absolute play of the century. That would also require some big balls. And some knowledge, some pre-existing knowledge of Overlord paths, but it is possible. We've seen weirder things before. Reaper trying to do some damage. We'll be able to damage all the links pretty evenly, which is of course not what you want. You much rather kill 2 links than have 4 links in the orange health. Health does regenerate. The Reaper poked in. Make sure that indeed there was a third base. Okay, there's a third base. I guess I'm just gonna go back to my regular spot. Creep tumor has finished up as well. Now, in order for that tumor to, once the cooldown is done, to be able to send the next one out, he's gonna need to push this Reaper away. That's exactly what serral does. So comes a second tumor as well. Cars not on the way yet. Okay, we're seeing a very fast triple CC, and on this map, mech is pretty common, so I would not be surprised to see some mech on this map. Metabolic boost very close to finishing, but not quite close enough. 2 links are gonna die, but it might cost Innovation the Reaper, as Queen on the high ground, bang, from the balcony takes out takes out this Reaper, throwing darts down the balcony. Ooh, Banshee. This is very uncommon these days. We don't really see Banshee a lot anymore. Battle Cruiser, whenever people go into mech, is just a lot more popular. But, I mean, we're seeing a tech lab being built here. This could still be fake stim. We're not seeing any type of cloak. Big supply block here by Innovation. Won't be able to get quite as many Hellions out as he'd like. Probably gonna be running straight into another supply. Ah, he dropped supply. But where? Oh, the CC finished. Right. That makes some sense. Huh. Banshee Raven? I've never seen this before. Raven is really not that popular in TVZ. It's very funny. Whenever people... One of the suggestions that low-level players always make when they watch professional TVZ is they ask, hey, why don't they build a Raven? Why is there not just a Raven to clear the creep? They're wasting so much money on scans. I always thought that was a good question. But instead what I did is I'd always laugh at them. You guys don't understand anything about the game. It's so obvious. But Well, actually, it's not that obvious, and apparently Innovation has been reading some Twitch chat as well, and she's like, you know what? I saw this in the YouTube comments the other day, and it doesn't sound too bad. And I mean, what better time to pull it out than against serral? So he's going to be able to deny creep pretty handily with that Raven. As he has a decent amount of cars out, 8 cars, 1 Banshee, Raven moving with it as well. Of course, the movement speed of the Raven is not half bad. You know what I would love? Is for there to be a Raven and a Viking, so you can kind of clear these Overlords as well. Really just a vision denial squad. I guess one of the main reasons why Raven is not that popular is because it gets darted down by these queens so easily. And it's really quite expensive. Constantly having to send it back to repair is not quite ideal, but I mean, he's getting good creep kills here, and honestly this is looking annoying for serral. Now, of course, once the Mutalisks come out, this Raven is going to be a lot less useful, but it will be useful with some of the pushes, the auto turrets, maybe even an anti-armor missile. Anti-armor seeker missile is going to be useful here. I mean, Marines attack very fast, so if there's ever anything with less armor, Marines are absolutely going to benefit from that. So good start here for Innovation, once again running into a small supply block. He's been a little bit sloppy, I want to say. It's not completely on point. Fort CC goes down immediately after 5 wrecks, no second factory yet. It's gonna be built over here, I guess. I love that there's a tech lab available already for that second factory, which is so extremely common. Now you see second factories into 8 racks. I think we also see some standard, just straight 8 racks. You need to be very careful with this Raven. You really don't want to lose it. It's an expensive unit. Does end up losing it. Very, very expensive loss there. As here comes the second factory. Exactly what I said would happen, man. That makes me happy. This tech lab is so cool. I know it's only 18 seconds, but just the fact that he thought of it already, I think that's a really big play. Still has a lot of the cars available, but the creep denying days are definitely over, at least temporarily. So we have bailing speed finished up, 1-1 completed for both players as well, and this drop barely has any Marines, and there's links ready in all positions. Serral asking, are you sure that you want to do this, buddy? Like, you have like 10 Marines. Serral already on 82 workers, pulling ahead in supply right now. So we have the cars trying to make some moves here towards that right side, where the creep is very little. I have to admit, this area might be something difficult here for Serral to defend. He's gonna throw down a tumor there. Quick burrow here, digging claws for those widow mines. We see Thor in production as well. 3 more barracks being added. Now, this could be tech labbed barracks. So you're gonna see Marauder production start soon. Usually it's nice to have those Marauders in front of your army. Can tank a couple of the bailing shots. Good mine connections here from Innovation actually. Serral might be overextending just a little bit here. Sure, he's in a good position and he does clear up some mines, but I'm not quite sure if that's exactly how you do want to end up fighting. 5th base is a little bit delayed as well. Creep spread. Honestly, not looking all that hot. He hasn't really recovered from that early Raven. Once again, the YouTube comments with another big W. 2-2 being researched here by Innovation as well, who is probably going to be looking at some type of timing with that 2-2. He's going to have at least 1 Thor. 5 mines, perhaps mine count could be a little higher, but 4 Marauders being pumped out at the same time as well. What is the turret count looking like? Single turret here, single turret here. Is the muta count at 14? No +1 yet though, but it is growing at an alarming rate, of course, the muta count. Once 10 gas will go up, which I can only assume it will go up soon. He's still only on 7 gas actually. It's weird to see 7 gas with Lingbane Muta, I believe. Oh, he's gonna lose a lot of Muta here for free. That is a big deal. He lost... Oh man, 11 Mutas have gone down already. He went down to 6 Mutalisks. He was at 14 earlier, and That was a big loss right there. That is really, really terrible, because now how is he going to be able to pick off any type of reinforcements? Like, the counter arrest just got so much weaker for no reason. What a giant error here by serral. Who's going to be struggling to hold on, honestly. Like, he's desperately rebuilding his mute account. He still has some money in the bank, so I think he's going to be fine for now. We have a split push here coming out of innovation. Half of his army on the right side, the other half coming towards the middle. Oh my god, just completely forgetting the micro. What an absolute error here by Inno. Absolute insane. He only was microing on the right side, and the rest was all just clumped up, being completely blasted by these banelings. Now, I still kind of like Innovation's position. His income seems to be fine. His supply is consistently high. He has 3-3 on the way. There is Hive here, but serral is... That Muta loss is so difficult to come back from that he just didn't really manage to start his extra upgrade yet. He just doesn't have the gas for it. He's just trying to stay alive for now. As the baneling count once again is increasing. His creep spread really not looking that hot. Oh, another big mine hit incoming. No. Does clean up in time. There's no creep here whatsoever. Creep here has been pretty much cleaned up. Where are the creep queens? There's some queens running around here, I guess. Oh, Mutalis, be careful. Here comes another fight out of serral, who seems a little bit trigger happy with these fights, but these banelings are stuck behind the Thor. Of course, they don't want to explode into a Thor, but there was like 12, 13 banelings not doing much of anything, honestly. Some big moves coming forward here out of serral, but innovation says that's cool and all, but I have a massive marauder count, I have a couple of mines, I have a Thor here, and I'm gonna be cleaning up all of your creep. I don't think serral actually has enough to hold this position for now. He needs more things. Mute account not big enough to straight up engage. GG gets called. Innovation wins game number 1 with bio on Ice and Chrome, which is extremely rare to see. A lot of the time this is one of those mech maps. But Innovation says, you know what, I think if I just open up a Raven, I think that's mech enough for me. And it did seem to be the case. So let's hop straight into game number 2. Alright everyone. Alright everyone, here we are with game number 2 on Everdream. Originally I think a bit of a Zerg map. A lot of the Terrans don't like this map too much. Everdream, they say, is difficult against the Zerg. Lots of little open areas where you need to attack, which isn't that nice. No real chokes to attack. There's one area here which we've seen some use in recently. People dropping 1 or 2 tanks and then maybe with like a Banshee and a couple of Marines trying to deny this gas. Maybe trying to deny 1 or 2 of these patches. But overall, really not that many tricks on a map like this. We've seen Vayner play a lot of lurkers on this map as well. I'm absolutely loving it. There comes Innovation with that SCV Scout. Safe and solid. All the way through. serral's just playing his standard things. He doesn't actually drone scout for barracks, by the way, which is... He's one of the only guys who doesn't, I think. We've been seeing a lot of the Zergs just going straight with those drones around the map, making sure that there's no barracks there. Serral seems confident enough in his defense that he doesn't need to do that. And if Serral thinks he doesn't need that, then he probably doesn't, because he does know best, you know? Back in the day it was Mama knows best, but these days it is Serral knows best. When I have a question about life, I do ask Serral about it, because he seems to have it all figured out. The local golf champion. Alright. Just gonna be trying to take down a drone here and there. Which is not quite gonna work if he might lose his Reaper. That would be absolutely terrible. There's a Queen in the main base, gonna come into position. Reaper gets lost for free. Creep threat is going to be pretty much free as well right now. We see double gas coming out of it. You know, this is a terrible start, like absolutely awful. I would not be too happy with this if I was Innovation. I would not be too happy with this at all. 2 cars on the way here. As well as another tech lab on this barracks. Are we gonna see Banshee into Raven again? If he does it, I'd be so happy. Or just straight Raven, I don't care, man. Just get it. Get that Raven. If you start stim here, I'm gonna be upset. Innovation. I'll let you... yes, there we go. Come on. Raven. Hello? Fusion core? What's this? Is it possible to build in more envision of this overlord? This seems weird. I felt like you needed a 3rd gas for this. But I guess it should be fine. Off of 2 gas. Okay, well, it gets spotted immediately, like literally immediately. He flies in, he's like, wait, is that an armory, an eBay, or a fusion core? Because they all kind of look alike, you know? I'm not sure if Serral actually saw it. Oh, he's like, oh wait, never mind. I've seen it already. It's like, fusion core. Interesting. Doesn't actually have the cache for it yet, though. I built the CC before the battlecruiser. I'm not sure if that's normal. I'm not too familiar with this specific build order. Huh. Is Ino gonna be meching then? That's the real question. Factory building a reactor. This doesn't look like meching. Tech lab on this barracks. Gonna be going for stim. So another barracks here, another barracks up here, close to that reactor. So those can swap. And this factory is gonna build another reactor as we have these Hellions going in, 6 workers going down. These Hellions are in trouble, yeah. Oh no, it's gonna be able to sneak out maybe with at least a couple. A couple plus 1. Bit of a triple Hellion threat. 7 workers. How many Hellions did he lose? 5 cars. You lose a lot of map control. You really do lose a lot of map control like this. Now, I understand that he wants to create some chaos so that his battlecruiser can do something, but I don't think that quite works against someone like Serral. Like, Serral will remember to put down the spores, you know? It's not like the battlecruiser flies in and Serral goes, oh, never mind. Fair play. So here we have Innovation flying in with a battlecruiser. Sorry, yeah, Innovation flying in with a battlecruiser. You can see the guns move. Do you see that? I've never seen that before. Go back in, I want to show it. Usually I play on very low graphics. And everything just comes from the middle, I think. I've never seen the guns move. What is this guy doing? Look at that. You see these guns? You see the guns? Man, that looks so cool. They don't really seem to be moving with any kind of logic, but I'm a fan. I'm definitely a fan. Painting speed on the way, Muta's on the way. This battlecruiser did very, very little. 4 drones for battlecruiser, and now Mutas are out, 635. I mean, that's just the end of the BC, right? 66 workers against 57, so it's not all bad in Innovation's world, but it's not all good either, as we have Stimpack about to finish up, and I'm looking forward to seeing that first drop do something. Second factory going down already. Where are you? Here. So that was 5 racks straight into second factory before 3rd CC this time. Armory coming out very quickly as well. 1-1 barely started. Did he forget his 1-1? Oh wait, his +2 is way further already. Okay, so his armor is just delayed. Okay, I missaw that. My apologies. As we have a quick repair on this battlecruiser. Well, quick repair. It's quite a battleship. It's gonna take a while. 2 random mines. Not gonna be able to get anything here. Oh, nice prediction. Gonna get a Muta, which is better than not getting a Muta, I guess. Good job, buddy. Definitely already worth his weight. No, good job. You paid for yourself. Now you can die. Drilling claws being researched. 3 more barracks. Thor on the way as well. So similar setup here for Innovation. Although with way more creep this time on the map, of course, because instead of a battlecruiser, this guy opted for, instead of a Raven, this guy opted for a battlecruiser, which I mean, I've never seen that in the YouTube comments. The Raven, that's a common one. The Raven is definitely a common one. Still has no combat shield. Did you forget about combat shield? Absolutely legendary. Gets the concussive shells before he gets combat shield. And I think, oh, wait a second. My marines look awfully weak. What's kicking off over here? Let's get his combat shield. But I mean, he can't really push out now until combat shield is done. Like, Banelings are just too good. They're gonna one-shot your marines after they stim. His mutas are gonna be taken out too. No, just a single depot for now. Well, if this one doesn't get repaired. But it doesn't seem to be the case. I always feel so sad for these Widow Mines when they try to go on like a single link and then the marines kill it before the mine even gets its shot off. Mine is so slow. It takes so long. Oh, there go 2 mines. Whoop. Just one. Good clean little pickup there. You see the muta count is growing. This is pretty big. This is what I was talking about earlier in that last game as well. Once that muta count starts growing, just these small pickups, they can mean so much, you know, just picking up a mine before a fight starts, picking up a marine here, marine there, maybe a turret here and there. And the moment you get a big muta count, and with that +2, that's such a game changer as well. Like, you're gonna see Serral perhaps just even fly into main bases, pick up turrets, pick up attack labs, reactors. And also it's gonna be way easier for him to fight any small amount of marines, but also... What? Why would he do that? He had so many mutas. There were overseers there. He wasted a big part of his army. Very sloppy play there by Serral. I'm not a fan of that. Once again, we have these split armies, just like in the past game. Combat shield is finishing up right now. 2-2 has finished up as well. +2 carrot. Why are the upgrades so far behind for Serral? I'm not quite sure. +2 carapace is not done yet. That's a very big deal. Carapace upgrades, of course, are absolutely massive. We have +3 here already starting for innovation. There's a battle cruiser with this army. He's trying to deny some creep. No 5th command center, but could be possible at any point here. This army feels kind of stuck, honestly. I don't think he should be pushing forward here. Oh, innovation, this is risky. This is not a lot of supply, and there is a lot of supply over here. The mutas are going for some counter rest. How many is this? 24? 22 still. He's gonna be able to... Oh my god, they don't get bumped. This floor is very, very low. Mutalists lose their overseer, so won't be able to take out this dude. Once again, very little micro coming out of innovation in these split scenarios. It's nice that he has 2 armies, but he's only really controlling 1. And I think this time there's enough creep and there seems to be enough Banelings as well. I say that, but innovation actually doing some real damage here. Muta's gonna be fighting these marines. And a stray Thor gets taken out as well. How many mutas died? 9 mutas have died during that fight. Battle cruiser doing some work. Teleport still available. Is it gonna be used? No, not yet. And that means that that battle cruiser here. The opening unit does fall now. Lasted longer than a Raven, but absolutely did last. That Raven was very useful in that first game at the 9 creep. Now creep still looking relatively healthy here for Serral. And innovation is in a small supply lead. So Serral actually kind of on the ropes here in this best of 3 series. Where if he loses this game, he gets 2-0'd by innovation. Now, it's not too uncommon to happen, of course. Innovation has beaten Serral before, but I could say that Serral definitely is the favorite. Was the favorite in this series, as we have Inno pushing forward here right now. Liberators being built, perhaps to try and control the muta cloud a little bit. 85 workers against 71 currently. This is one hell of a position, and we're just seeing a rally push here coming out of innovation. Counter attack by Serral with these mutalisks. +2 has finished. 1 shooting the turret, no, 2 shooting the turret. Liberators will get taken out by the mutaflock. No. Another turret goes down. Liberator gets shot down as well. Meanwhile, we have a massive fight on the other side of the map, where Banelings are rolling into marines, and this seems like a very nice cleanup here coming out of Serral. No real Banes connecting with these marines though. A lot of Medevacs staying alive as well, but 17 workers have gone down meanwhile on the other side. this flop of Mira is doing so much damage here. 2 mines getting sniped for free. The Miras just kind of fly out. Like, alright, that was it. You can leave now. Creep not looking that great close towards this. I guess this 4th, 5th base. That bottom side right now for serral looking a lot healthier when it comes to creep. So a lot of the concentrated effort out of Inno here is going to be focused on this side. 1 mine does get another Mura kill. We have a run by being set up over here. 5th base is done for innovation as well. It's pretty neat income, but so does serral, of course. A lot of that income from innovation coming from mules. Link's actually getting a decent surround here on a lot of the marauders. This Thor is gonna vault the Fureling, which is not what you want. You know, this is looking a little bit nasty for you right now. It's Adrenal Glands on the way, 3-3 on the way. So we still have a small upgrade lead here, but not a single turret at the 5th base. And that's definitely... We'll throw some mules right in front of him. That's ballsy. Oh my god, a Thor is gonna get picked. No, is not gonna get picked up. Gonna get 2 Mira kills there. There's a bunch of SCVs that look nice and juicy. Serral does agree with me. As he goes in as well, starts right-clicking some of these SCVs, and I'm feeling bad for innovation right now. He seems to be kind of put on the spot here. There's no more turrets anywhere. He has a decent army size. He's still up in upgrades, but once this Adrenal finishes these 3-3 upgrades and once Ultra starts popping out, I mean, this is gonna be one hell of a terrible fight for innovation, honestly. How many Thors does he have? He has 1 Thor. Oh no, big part of the army here gets splashed already by these Banelings and these Links. Now, you might say that was an okay trade, sure, but it's way harder for Inno to replenish his army at this point, and this is kind of like an all-in effort. It's gonna get that base, which is big. It's losing his own base on the other side of the map though. Another 12 workers have come down, 83 against 45, 187 supply against 142. Even though the army supplies still are relatively close, there's 17 medevacts on the map currently. Innovation never stopped producing medevacts. It's gonna have close to 40 supply in medevacts once these two finish up. That's absolutely crazy. That is so sick actually. Here, I mean, the Baneling count is just too high. 43 Banelings right now. There is 12 mines. Perhaps with some perfect shots, innovation will be able to do it here. Army supply actually looking very, very nice for him. 121 against 106. Big Baneling shot, or big mine shot on those Banelings. Innovation pulling. Is he actually going to be doing it here? I mean, there is a run by still at this base, but that's not what matters right now. This fight is all that matters for both of these guys. I think the medevac count is just too high. It's kind of ruining the army supply. I mean, there's 17 medevacs. That does not make any sense. There's personal healing though, so if Banelings don't kill the units, they're gonna be healed back up to the proper health really quickly. Ultra is popping out. Is there shipiness plating yet? No, there's not. And there's a couple of marauders on the map here. This is a decent fight once again for innovation. I think he might actually be able to do it. Is he? No, the ultras are going to be able to clean up. That was so close. GG gets called as serral wins game number 2, and we're going to be going to that rubber match. Alright, here we are, game number 3 between these two titans of StarCraft 2. As we have innovation here in the top right, of course, is the red Terran with his... I have no clue what this is, but I love it. I love that this is possible nowadays in StarCraft. Why don't I know how to zoom? Hello? Here you go. Look at this little weird skull with guns stuck through the skull. I love it. Is that a knife on the left? I think so. Doesn't really matter. Probably some weird logo or something. Some lore logo. Never been much of a lore warrior myself, so I don't recognize these things. Innovation once again opting for that SCV scout, as he was happy with that for the last game. He was like, I did see a lot of useful things. Let me try that trick again. Here comes the SCV. These are not really maps where you can block a third hatch that easily, right? Because there's always going to be an alternative third, so most Tyrants really just can't be bothered, I think. Which is completely fair. I mean, the Zerg will just see, okay, SCV went to the left side. Now the real play, imagine this. He shows that he's going to the left side, then he walks around with the SCV to the far right, goes, oh my god. Serral actually anticipates that trick. I was gonna say, and then you block this CC, and then your Reaper arrives at a certain time. Here, and then you should be able to block that. I thought it was brilliant, but maybe not quite as brilliant as I thought I am. Serral just moved his Overlord there. There's one weird trick that I hate. Click here to find out. CC going down, double gas. If he builds a raid, like, honestly the math here is really quite clear to me, right? He builds a Raven one game, he wins. He doesn't build a Raven in the second game, he loses. Raven, 100% win rate. Non-Raven, 0% win rate. If you were Innovation and you had to decide on your future with these numbers in front of you, to me it seems clear that there's gonna be a Raven in your build, right? I mean, sure, other factors might have influenced that game, and sure, he got in a fine position last game again, but all I'm saying is that if I was him, I'd have a Raven with this. You know, that much is clear to me. Here we go. Alright, don't disappoint me now. Do it, Inno. Oh my god. Me and him went to the same school, man. This is great. I love it. Oof. You better not ruin the win rate of this build. Honestly, even if he loses this 50% against serral, I still think, you know, that gives you good enough reason to play it for the rest of your life. Oh my god, I'm so happy this is happening. I'm so happy this is happening. Okay, how many Hellions is he gonna get? 4? I think he's gonna get 8 cars. I think if you build a Raven, you need 8 cars. 6 cars is like, that's nice, but is that really gonna pay the bills? No, it's not gonna pay the bills. 8 cars though, that's definitely gonna pay the bills. Alright, you got 5 drones on the way for my man serral. Let's see how ready he is for this. Can you truly be ever mentally ready for this Raven? I don't think so. I do not think so. 6 aliens, 1 Raven. I'll go back home. They've had it. They've seen enough. Alright, nothing to do here, guys. Oh. This Raven is absolutely nothing. What a useless unit. Okay, here comes another rotation. Maybe now. Are we gonna get it? Yes, go on, clear some. Go up the ramp. Hello? Move faster. I think he should have it on a separate hotkey. I don't think he does. Can we see that? No, we can't with this overlay. And that sucks. Oh, we're gonna get a tumor? Get a tumor for free. I already saved the scan here. Every single time he clears a tumor, I'm just gonna tell you guys that he saved the scan. Oh, another tumor. That's okay, this is all the same area, so that's the second scan. I think he could have gotten that left tumor as well. I'm not a fan that he didn't get that. Not a fan of that at all. Come on, Innovation, you can do it, my friend. I feel like this was a pretty mediocre grab, but he saved 2 scans. In my opinion, worth it. Definitely worth it, right? Now, he can also use it in the next push with anti-armor missile. How sick would that be? If he does that, he's an absolute god, honestly. Four extra depots on the way here. It's Innovation looking at a pretty hard supply stock. Mules are landing. Overseer starts moving into the main base of Innovation. Ooh, single marine gets the dropper. Dum dum. Five barracks. Factory, second factory. That's 2 factories right there for you. Raven back to full health. I think he might have killed another tumor. I didn't see it, but I'm just gonna add a 3rd scan to the list here. And this is a 4th scan, and this Raven is paid. This Raven is paying dividends, my friend. It's like one of those investments you make when you're 7, you know? If you put some... When I was 10, my dad let me buy some stock. He said you can only buy stock in fruit. I'll pick apple then. That was 20 years ago. Invested 100 euros into it. Now, I'm a millionaire. It's the same with this Raven. This Raven is the apple of stocks. Look at it. Oh my god, why would he do that right as I'm making a terrible joke? It has so much energy as well. He's doing drops. Oh, that's a big pickup. Honestly, the game's looking quite tight, but this time we're seeing Hydra Link Bane coming out of serral. For some reason, whenever I see Zergs play Hydra Link Bane, they almost never lose. When they play Mutant, they lose a crap ton. To me, this seems like a pretty clear solution, and that's you just stop making Mutalisk and go back to Hydra Bane. And then you go Lurkers. This is what Rainer always does. Rainer never loses, man. This guy is insane. He's the absolute king of making Lurkers. I love watching him play. Every time he makes Lurkers, I say yes. No drilling claws yet. 3 more barracks on the way. Big run by onto the 3rd base. Actually nothing here for innovation. Except these 3 mines, but can't really run the mines over, burn them next to the mineral line and pray to god that nothing splashes on top of your SUV. That's kind of like, what do you call it? It's kind of like fighting a flood by setting your house on fire. Which I'm sure it's probably going to be less water in the end, but not sure if that was the way, my friend. Tutu. Melee attacks, ground carapace level 2. Done for serral already. You could have set flyman, it's so high, it's ridiculous. And innovation also wasn't building any tanks. That's the thing, he was going straight into mines every single time, and serral was like, alright, you know what, you can suck it. If you're doing that, I'm gonna build hydras. You're gonna be stuck with like 8 mines, which are useless. Now we're gonna have double tank production. Do we have any attack upgrades for these tanks yet? No, we don't. Where's that armory? How about you start something? No? No. He says no, I say yes. We have a triple drop into the main base. This is gonna do absolutely nothing. As nothing else is happening on the map. These type of plays are good if something else is happening on the map. But here, nothing was happening on the map. So really what's gonna happen is you're gonna lose 2 medevacs to a single spore. There's gonna be a counter attack, and it's gonna be the one taking actual real damage. I mean, 2 drones, that's not enough. It's just not enough. We have a 4th base up here for my man Inno, but we're already going up to 6 bases here for serral. It was on 84 workers. It's moving into those range upgrades now as well. I'd love to see a lurker then. But instead we're gonna see Adrenal, +3 carapace, and I think just a straight up bust onto this 4th base. Now what in the world is innovation gonna do against the bust on this base? Because he's not in position whatsoever. I mean, there's some units moving towards that side now. Serral took a sweet time to set this up, by the way. Really did take a sweet time. Gonna take out 8 SCVs, a planetary, and it's like, okay, that was cool. Time to head back home. What's the Bane count at right now? 41 still. So a lot of larva in there, so I think this might just be the final push that Inno's gonna do. There was no backup CC. He's building something now in position. Serral's actually gonna come from 2 directions, from 2 angles here. So he forces a lot of Innovation's army to go here, and then it's like, okay, now that means this army is lacking a lot of things, and I'm gonna blast you from 2 sides. Innovation not quite ready for it, is gonna lose this entire army, except these 4 medevacs and whatever managed to get in there. A couple of links here. I'm gonna return into Baneling straight away. 3-4 drones are gonna go down. Tanks are not sieged up yet. I mean, this is looking very bad for innovation. Marauders are nice, but not actually that great against this army comp. As we see serral closing the gap with those medevacs as well. Maybe it will take out a couple more units. Creep spread looking absolutely fantastic this time around as well, by the way. Can I just note how fantastic the creep spread is currently looking? 3-3 upgrades. 6th base still up against the Terran that is barely getting down that 4th base. Things move in. Absolutely throw themselves into their opponent. GG gets called and serral wins the series 2-1. So kind of the expected result in the end, but damn did he have to fight for it. And in that second game, I really thought there was some times where he might have lost. One wonders what would have happened if that game was a Raven opener, but you know, hindsight is 20/20, and it is what it is. It also is what it is. If you did like this video, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, smash the like button, as that really does help a lot. I can't repeat that enough, so I'll do it every single video. And I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.